Hi everybody, and welcome to the next video in the series about the 8 steps to becoming an integrated fit pro. This one is probably one of the crucial ones, the really crucial steps in the process, the framework in which we go through. It's what does integration mean? And I'm just going to share my screen so you can see the step in the process. So we're at step 3, I think. Yeah, got my numbers right. What does integration mean? You might have heard me talk about seamless integration, and you might have heard me say that a personal trainer or a Pilates specialist who also has sports massage, or the other way around, okay, is sitting on a bit of a gold mine. But what do I mean by this? What does integration mean from my perspective? It means different things to different people. We already, to a certain extent, integrate. We pass clients from one professional to another when we reach the boundaries of our scope of practice or something we can't solve. That's the referral process. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about referral here. I'm talking about us integrating the skills that we have in a seamless way with a client, or using the skills we have available to us with other professionals in a seamless way with a client, not handing them over, not losing the client, but actually developing silo-free thinking. I'll let that soak in for a minute. Silo-free thinking. When we can get rid of the silo-based thinking that we're taught, get rid of what I call, or James Clear calls, the mental straitjackets of what we're taught to do, and we can get rid of those, discard those straitjackets, boy, do we get better results, and do clients appreciate it. As I say, this can be intra within you as a professional who's got multiple skills. You might have sports massage, you might have personal training, you might have Pilates, might have lots of other things as well. Some of my clients have other disciplines as well. And it's seamless flowing of the skills. I wrote about this in the article that I wrote over the weekend and called it liquid knowledge. It's flowing through. Whilst we're working with a client, we're seamlessly working, using our skills, getting the skills out of our toolkit to suit the occasion. Now, what do I mean by this suit the occasion? To solve any musculoskeletal problem, well, the first thing to say is no single discipline can actually solve a musculoskeletal problem on its own. No single discipline can solve any musculoskeletal problem on its own. It needs others to fit into the equation, the jigsaw puzzle. And the trick here now is to actually know what the right thing to do is at the right time for the right problem for the right client, and literally just move into that in a fluid way. Fluid thinking, silo-free fluid thinking. Okay, so that's what we provide on our coaching programs. Okay, I hear people talk about the glue that sticks things together. I don't like using the word glue. I perhaps used to use it. I now don't, because glue tends to be somewhat permanent and rigid and solid. I prefer the oil, the lubrication that allows us to do this in a fluid way, not by saying, right, this session I'm doing this session I'm doing that, this session I'm doing the other. It's actually moving in a fluid, integrated, silo-free way within a session with a client, whether you've got them in for, well, it doesn't really matter. If you're working with them from an exercise point of view, fluidly integrating soft tissue skills where needed to help them with their exercise, help them with their movement. And if you're a soft tissue professional, seamlessly, fluidly integrating and moving into exercise and movement at the right time, because what we deliver on the program is a framework which says what needs to happen to solve any musculoskeletal or movement or exercise problem. It's fairly straightforward, but it needs different things to be done at different times. So that's what integration means here. Fluidly moving between skills, between modalities with one client in one session to do the right thing at the right time, okay, based on information we've gleaned from their body or from them or whatever. The most important thing here is learning how to decide when to move between modality A, modality B. And it's the intersection pieces which is really important. It's not just saying, oh, I'm now going to try this. Oh, I'm now going to try that. It's saying, right, from what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, what my hands are telling me, what I'm visualizing, and what you're telling me, the right thing to do right now is this. 10 minutes later, it might be something completely different from a different modality, different set of tools. And it's those intersection of ideas, which is what we explore a lot on our coaching programs. How to make the right decision about what's needed for that client at that time. And that can encompass a whole range of methodologies, tools, disciplines, okay? I tend to work with the exercise, movement, and manual and physical therapy space, soft tissue work, etc., massage, physical therapy space, and the exercise and movement place, so Pilates and personal trainers. That doesn't mean that excludes other disciplines, but it's knowing, and I say why it's important not to learn just new models and just move to them in a rigid way, but to consider how they connect with each other, how they connect with one another. The creativity and innovation here is at the intersections of when A is needed, when B is needed, and knowing that that's the right thing to do, not just trial and error. Oh, this isn't working, I'll try that. It's right, I've reached this point, now I need to shift into doing something slightly different. So that's where the fluidity, the silo-free thinking comes into its own, and that's what we cover under this what does integration mean, and as a theme throughout. I believe we're the only learning and development provider who does this silo-free liquid thinking, how to move from modality and discipline A to modality and discipline B at the right time for the right reason for the right client. And that's what we try to build the knowledge to deliver for clients. So I'm going to end there. I could go a lot more deep, yeah, a lot deeper. I'm not going to, but that's what integration means. That's what this step is to introduce, okay? Silo-free thinking, getting rid of the straitjackets between disciplines and modalities, and knowing when to use modality discipline tool A and modality discipline tool B and C and D, and when they fit together. It's those dovetailing of A and B, or B and C, or C and D, which is where the magic happens, okay? And that's where we focus our attention.